Hey, welcome back to Apex Investor. I'm going to do my commentary on the Q2 earnings report. So a lot of this was regurgitation. There's a lot of good news here in regards to their financial results, very strong. One of the biggest points that was brought up in this report was they are debt free. They are virtually debt free on the balance sheet. They actually, it says here, they closed Q2 with over $150 million in cash, okay, and virtually debt free. So they wouldn't say that if they weren't debt free. They're very much forward thinking. They're looking to expand their business to be more efficient. They've put in the right people who are qualified to do the job that needs to be done in order for their business to grow. We can see their year to year 200% increase is quite amazing. For any company to report this is very good. If you made only 210K in a year and then you made, almost 3 times as much the following year, you could say you're doing really well for yourself. So overall is very good. And this news regarding nanotech security, that it's going to take until the end of October to really finish that deal, because it's still being processed, still being completed there. And then all the other things that they spoke about are very much future. It sounds like sci-fi. It's very much futuristic. They're a futuristic company. They have the people that know what they're doing, and a lot of people like to push their fear, uncertainty, and doubt regarding this company because they don't understand this company. I think that's the big thing. They don't understand what they do. They don't understand, or they're just ignorant of the previous deals that they've signed. Yes, they've signed contracts with Boeing and Lockheed Martin and Airbus. They wouldn't sign any deals. None of those companies would sign any deals with Metamaterials if their products did not work as advertised. So that is a strong point just in and of itself. The US federal government, Department of Justice, and the federal government of Canada would not work with Metamaterials as well, either directly or by proxy, if their products didn't work as advertised. Again, I have to repeat that same point in regards to those entities. So I'm just looking for the part where it says it's going to take until October. Where's that part here? So nanotech. There, it says right here, the transaction is expected to close by early October. So do wait for that date. That's going to be a very important date. So I'm going to close that now. You can find that on their, maybe it's not posted on their website publicly yet, but you can copy that link that you saw there. So I did find this out, that the Q2 was posted on StockTwits of all places. So here's a post from the subreddit I did not get to mention. Let me just pause this for a moment. Okay, so let's get back to what we were talking about here. There it is. Okay. So this post on the subreddit Metamaterials, this is a, does anyone believe this is a $3 to $4 stock? Like, really? With no debt. Again, the quarterly said virtually no debt, zero debt. And the partnerships they have, or they've had in the past and they have today and will have in the future, is almost too good to be true. Can't wait to see the earnings. And now we've seen them. Yeah, this company is very, very undervalued, as these people are saying. And some crappier stocks are trading much higher. So yeah, it doesn't make any sense, except when you put the shorts into, you put that into the picture, naked shorts and all the, again, tomfoolery going around with this stock, just a lot of foolishness that is allowed to be done, but they're not going to get away with it for much too longer. Again, not going to put any dates, but, look at AMC, GME. Yeah, they shorted it for, like 6 months and took around 6 months for it to catch up with them. So we might have to just be patient, wait 6 months from now, most likely by January 1st, 2022. But again, on this channel, I bet the channel on this. It should be at least $4 or more by April 1st, April Fool's Day on 2022. If not, this channel, say bye-bye. Okay. Gonna shut down this channel. See you meta dweebs on the moon. Your position, 10,000 shares. This person bought 10,000 shares at 344. Amazing. Buy. This is an Apex investor right here. Okay. I don't know why I read that out. So that's really good work. Okay. I'm not sure why I'm reading this, but good for him. I'm really happy for them, him or her, whoever this person is. But thank you for doing that. That's really good. There's no 148 million FTDs on Metamaterials and Torchlight. So according to this person, the interpretation is wrong. That to add up all those days together and to create a grand total of FTDs is a wrong thing to do. And they're saying they're bullish on this company. But you know what? I'm going to take it with a grain of salt. Both arguments, whether it is 148 million or whether we're just looking at it on a day-by-day basis or day-to-day basis. But what this person said here, this is a straight-up hedge fund script, cut and paste, copy pasted by a paid shill to discredit one of the best DDs ever regarding the hedge fund criminals. I agree with that. Could very well be that. Well, you know what? This is being shorted. The amount of volume that's come in, amount of people that are retail buyers who are buying into the stock, or I should say retail shareholders anyway, retail investors, I believe that's the right terminology. So the amount of people buying into the stock, the way it's been trending, it's in the top 3, top 10 pretty consistently. It's up there with GameStop and AMC, sometimes even on top of those guys at some points. And for this stock to not move at all, it's just staying pretty flatline. I mean, when you really consider it's been below $4 for most of this month, is pretty ridiculous. Anyone with common sense or any iota of 1% of logic can see right through this. This is a bunch of silliness. Is really incredibly corrupt what's going on with the stock in terms of keeping the price low artificially. So I think we've identified this stock as a prime opportunity to make a lot of money. And I think a lot of people who are watching my channel can tell this as well. So that's why you're here. So this is the last post we're going to look at. I discovered all FTDs from Torchlight and Metamaterial in the SEC page. There's over 148 million. This is a DD from user exact perspective. Metaverse, I'll be coming with the final part of the Voltron DD soon, but my attention was turned to the FTDs because they only start at June the 30th, 2020, and I know hedgies have been naked shorting Torchlight before that, so let the digging begin. I need a t-shirt with this saying, I have to say it, this is not financial advice, I just like the stock, and I say the same thing. Keep it coming, hedgies, tons of FTDs and no end in sight. Too long didn't read. The FTDs have been underreported and only account for the past year. From the SEC website, there are a total of 148 million FTDs over the 11-year trading span of Torchlight trading and then merging with Meta. Of those FTDs, almost 134 million FTDs happened in a 3-year span from 2018 to 2021. Torchlight's FTDs rose when Citadel and Susquehanna joined the party in 2015. I backtracked Stocks Era's FTD information that they took from the SEC website. So I went there and I pulled up Torchlight. I found this. Okay, what did he find? 496,790 FTDs on July 12th, 2019 at $1.52. Another reason I went on this dig fest was because of this interesting tweet on August the 20th, 2018 by Torchlight. This infuriates me. How many millions did they make illegally shorting and no one goes to jail? Okay. For the first time, they talk about anything other than oil and it's naked shorting. So John Berta, I think that's how you pronounce it, has been angry for a while. This also furthers my theory that George had this played a long time ago and found the right partner who hates the hedge funds more than him. This awareness of interactive brokers and trading 212 shows up years later when George tweeted this: "Hey, Ivan Ashminov, Mukid Chowdhury from your trading 212 client agreement. Paragraph 21, can you please work with Steve Sanders and Tech Assist the Torchlight Metamaterials merger with your 100s account holders to process their vote? Your help is appreciated." Interesting. If you don't know about interactive brokers or IKBR, here's a video of Meet Kevin, shocked at Interactive Brokers chairman and founder Thomas Peter Petterfy for he admitted to manipulation on live TV in January's fraud of the century. Trading 212 and IKBR's relationship is sus at best. Do I own the shares that I purchase? Okay. Why do you think they did a collaboration and came up with Torch the Shorts? Yeah, good point. Then today, after watching another session of fraudulent hot potato with Meta shares, I was tempted to see when Citadel and Susquehanna started positions in Torchlight, and I found this in 2015. It's a lot of positions over here in 2015, and very suspect. Both Citadel and Susquehanna. Just pointing out coincidences here. My intrigue led me to search the SEC database for every FTD reported starting at the beginning, February the 14th, 2011. Anyway, I collected all FTDs from the SEC FTD page and laid out everything in a PDF. There were a total of 148 million FTDs. I broke the FTDs in segments. There were 3.3 million before Citadel and Sus made positions in 2015, and over 144 million since then. So a lot recently. FTDs from 2018 to 2021. I chose this time frame because options contracts can run that long. For 3 years. Wow. And shorts don't have a time frame to close their positions. This is also where a majority of the FTDs are and assumed to not be covered because the stock price never runs up enough for them to exit the positions. That's a good point. Failure to deliver since 2015. Enter the villains. I chose this FTD time frame because Citadel and Sus both came in 2015 and notorious for shorting. The last time Torchlight was over $2 was in 2015 when Kenny Boy and the Sus crew came to town. From 2014 to 2015, Torchlight FTDs tripled, while the stock lost 75% of its value. Ouch. This is also the longest time the Torchlight trades under $1, a sign of naked short selling. So this is a sign of naked short selling. What we have with Metamaterials, that it's been trading for quite a significant period of time. I think about a month or so, under $4. Under $4, a stock that kind of opened at around 20, well, at least $10 to as close to $20 per share. A sign of naked short selling. Short hedge funds don't have a timetable for closing positions. A short position may be maintained as long as the investor is able to honor the margin requirements and pay the required interest, and the broker lending the shares allows them to be borrowed. FTDs belonging to Torchlight and Meta Materials. Even though I believe Meta is still not fully converted, shorts still have to cover Torchlight shorts once the ticker is fully converted. I still decided to separate it from the merger date. The fact that the shorts weren't covered, but Meta shares were lent out to borrow while the ticker wasn't fully converted for those 2 weeks after the merger is criminal, in my opinion, and cries for a lawsuit. I agree with this. What does this mean for the price? I don't know, but at this point, there's a ton of rocket fuel in this baby with almost a full month of FTDs not reported yet on the SEC FTD page. That total FTD number is higher, and currently the FTDs of the past 3 years is more than the half of Meta's current float. If anyone thinks this rocket is stopping at $70, you're sadly mistaken. It can go way higher if we just held because we own the float. Retail owns 68% of the float, with insiders holding 24%. Corporations and institutions holding the rest. To put that in perspective, let's compare it with AMC, Newegg, and GameStop. Retail ownership float. GameStop, 39.57% or 58 million shares. So retail investors, so real people, not short sellers, owned around 40% of GameStop. AMC, 76%. That's why it shot up to $60 per share, no doubt. Newegg, 3.68%. Metamaterials, 67.71% or 230 million shares. So that's closer to AMC. We could see a similar thing happen with this, where AMC was between $5 to $6 and Metamaterials is between 3 to 4 right now. AMC went up to 60. I'm thinking this could go to 40. Yeah, I think 40 is pretty conservative, to be honest, but let's just say 20. Let's just be even more conservative and say $20. This can go to $20. And I think that's not being unrealistic to say that in regards to where AMC went. Shareholders. So we see the number 67.71%. Insiders own 24.39, corporation 5.6, institutions 2.3. I would compare OSTK, but there's no comparison because Meta has more traps than OSTK, than what they had, and it went to $125. Easy for us with the majority hold. Newegg has majority corporation ownership, which means they're not looking to squeeze this to 800 plus. The metaverse is. Yeah, you can see that number there. BlackRock just added to their Metamaterials position by over 600%. They owned 599,000 shares. Now they own 4.4 million. They're waiting for this rocket to take off. They want to profit from this. BlackRock also had massive increases in their AMC and GameStop positions before they rocketed a little, but didn't squeeze. And the same applies here based on the data. I would argue they did squeeze, but anyway, that's not the point. AMC and Newegg ran to the $70 mark. They were penny stocks. GameStop ran to $483 per share, was considered a penny stock. Meta is a unicorn company that took the FTDs of Torchlight along with their technology, their assets, innovations, and partnerships, and it's trading at like a penny stock. It's laughable. I guess that's why the media calls them memes. In any case, for those who have been in GME and AMC from the beginning, you know what to do. You've seen the story before. To new investors of Metamaterials and those who think this is not going past $70, read the DD and hold. You know what? I don't know if it's going past $70 so quickly. I think eventually it will. I think it'll take 10 years though. This is a life-changing opportunity that has major value in the short and long term. So whether you're a day trader or a long-term investor such as I, you have a lot of money to make in the stock Metamaterials. I haven't even mentioned the ridiculous 56% short volume average over the past couple of weeks, or the 8% short interest being reported. But I understand we were top 5 squeeze stock in all major data houses with a 146% short interest before the botched merger went down a month ago. People have been buying, not selling, and shorts still haven't covered their Torchlight shorts. They just reset them to get them off the threshold list, just like GME and AMC. In my opinion, I believe they didn't have the money to cover the FTDs and preferred shares, so they stalled the ticker conversion. And in the process, they put out meta shares to borrow. They then used those meta shares along with the QSIP and SIC code botches in order to keep the price down and avoid a gamma squeeze by putting as many options OTM as possible, and in effect, taking millions of retail investors' money. Yeah, I think he might be right. He might be right. Remember, there were no Torchlight options chain until a week prior to the merger. Then when George laid down the trap, 3 options chains were created. The July 16th metamaterial options chain was loaded more than the current options chains. And from my own personal experience with a couple of brokerages, a pain in the butt for them. Be patient and continue to buy/hold. Like Meta, hold beyond. See y'all in the moon metaverse. And remember, the shorts haven't been torched. Edit, I need your help again. This post is invisible. Thanks. Thoughtful work. Yeah, it was a great read. A good post. And some people are losing hope. I think this guy's a shill. I'm going to downvote that. So yeah, I agree with this post. I'm not going to say it's 100% the truth, but a lot of what he's saying is true. That to admit that the shorts, naked shorts, or whoever the hedge funds have covered their positions is very. You think I'm a fool? Like you think we're stupid? We know and we knew back in the GameStop January, end of January, where GameStop went from $20 into 40, 50, 60, 100, and then to $400. We knew they didn't cover. That's why it went to 483. We knew they didn't cover AMC because it was $5 to $6 for the longest time. It couldn't break through the $12 price. That was a ceiling for the longest time. I think it took 6 months until it went to 40 and eventually broke 60, went to $70 per share. That's how we know, and how we know collectively, most of us who went through that, lived through that GameStop AMC situation, that they did not cover their positions. So for me to even agree to some foolish idea that the shorts have covered their positions on metamaterials in any way, shape, or form is for me to admit I'm stupid. We don't do this on that channel. On this channel, we like to report the truth. We investigate these things. We prove these things. We don't just take people's word for it. I'm not just going to read this and say, yeah, 100% agree it's the truth. No, there is some truth to it. And I'm not selling this stock, not even one share, until it reaches at least $10, $20. Yeah, I'm tempted to. Not now. Obviously, if it's $10, $20, I'll be tempted to take a little bit of profit and wait for a dip and then buy some more and then sell it again and then buy some more. But I want to be an investor in this company for a long, long time, at least a year. Maximum, I'm going to say, well, there's really no maximum, but let's just say 10, 20 years, because we don't know how long we're going to live. Nobody knows how long they're going to live. But I'm thinking this is going to be a similar situation to Tesla, that this stock will most likely hit the triple digit mark. Yeah, $100 per share, but it's going to take some time. It might take 5 to 10 years. It might take 10 years minimum to reach that triple digit, and then eventually snowball and snowball until it reaches 1,000. I don't know. We can't predict the future. That's not what I'm doing on this channel. I'm trying to look at identify trends, stocks, specifically stocks that have the most potential, that generate a lot of excitement, not just based on baseless hype or without any evidence or proof or any products to back it. No, we do our research. We look and we dig deep into companies. Specifically, right now, Metamaterials being that darling of this channel right now. All of a sudden, was for a long time it was GameStop, AMC. Went over to what was that other one? Vaxart. Looked at Lucid Motors. Those are still good stocks, and they have a lot of upside to them too. So if I do sell my Metamaterial shares, when it eventually gets to 2040, I'll end up buying some back into Lucid and Vaxart when those dip. But in my heart of hearts, in my honest opinion, just uncensored right now, just being real, like if I shut down, just stop recording right now, I'll tell you the same thing as I'm telling you on the air as I would off the air. This stock is for real. This company is for real. Nobody in their right mind would do a deal, especially a billion-dollar company like Boeing, Airbus, Lockheed Martin, Samsung. They would not get involved with a company that is a fraud, that is a scam. You wouldn't do that. The U.S. federal government, the Canadian federal government would not invest a penny, not even a cent, into a company that was a fraud, that was a scam. They want proof of that their product works, they want to see the proof. And they've been shown that. Only after being shown the proof, that proof of concept, I think they call it, where you have a product that works as advertised, only then will a company like Boeing, Lockheed Martin, Airbus, Samsung will even deal with you, will even sign on the dotted line and say, okay, you got our business, let's do this. And, let's make the world a better place, or make our business more profitable, or make our products more efficient, whatever it is, to make the world safer, to make life just more, I don't know what the word is, but to make life better, I guess, to improve life. Uh, I have nothing else to say about this. It's a very positive Q2 earnings report. So this is my reaction. We went into this DD for Meta, very good DD. We have 12.5K members on the Metamaterials subreddit, and 1,000 are online right now, showing there's actually more online at this time because of the Q2 earnings, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe it kind of went down. Maybe I just didn't refresh my screen. Might be lower now because it's late in the night. So I guess as at the time that I opened that, I think that was in the middle of the day. So it was 1,000 online, might be probably half the amount now. So I probably just had to refresh. Yeah. So 734 right now. So that's all I have for you. I didn't think I'd do 3 videos in a day. I guess I'm becoming something like a Trey's Trades, just that I'm doing a lot of videos in a day. I think at one point he was doing 5, 6 videos a day. Yeah, man, he was a workhorse at that period of time. Now I think he does like 1 or 2 a day. It does take a lot of work to do videos. I don't do any edits in my videos. I just record them, and what you get, is what you get. So that's all I have for you for today. I'm looking forward to tomorrow, seeing how the price action reacts to the Q2 earnings, whether it's negative or positive. I'm not going to be disheartened or too overconfident, because I know this is a long ball game. Is a big picture game. It's not just about tomorrow or next week. It's about not even next month. It's really about the long haul. It's about how patient are you? Do you believe in this company? And if you do, you wouldn't sell it even at 10, 20. You'd hold on to, maybe 50, 60. And, you kind of read the market that way. And, if you cash out at 100 plus, all the power to you. If you cash out at 1,000 plus, then crazy. Like you were really the apex investor doing that. So that's all I have to say today. Thank you very much for your time, for your support, for the likes, subscribes, and views and everything, all the comments. Appreciate that very much. Just God bless you, and God bless your investments. See you tomorrow.